Hello loves, I'm going to be showing you this unit from ILIKEHAIR. It's a kinky edge lace frontal, my first time ever working with this, so I'm super excited. I'm going to be showing you all of the prepping, how I bleach the knots. Also, I'm trying a new technique to lay this wig down. It's the sponge method, and I will tell you why I chose that method a little later on. It looks so beautiful straight, but I decided to add some curls, so if you guys want to see how the curls came out, make sure you stay tuned to the end. So along with this unit came some goodies. So I got a rat tail comb. I also got a cap. I don't like to wear wig caps. However, you got a cap and also some clips, a duo brush, and also an elastic band. So here's the inside construction. You have your clips and you also have your adjustable strings right there at the bottom, and here is the band clips where you can add those in. But look at that hairline. So the edges are kinky. They supposed to mimic, like, the African American natural hairline, and they did a really good job with this unit. I didn't have to do any plucking. I will say it didn't come pre-bleach, so that's why I decided to bleach the knots. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and mix my bleach and my volume developer together and apply it. So this is what I'm using, and you want to have a thicker consistency because you don't want it to go through the lace and tint the roots of the hair. And it ended up happening because I left it on a little too long, but I'm going to show you guys how I tried to fix it, which it helped just a little bit. But yeah, so you just want to apply this and apply an even layer and let it sit for at least 15 to 20 minutes, but just keep watch over it because I let it sit for 20 minutes, but it was probably good at 15. So I'm just going to let this sit, and then when I went to rinse it off, as you can see, the roots were a little bleached. So I'm going to take some black hair dye and I'm going to just comb it through. Try not to get it back on the roots because I don't want to turn the roots black, because that was the point of bleaching the knots, so they won't be black. So you want to just take a comb and gently do it. Take your time. And I just shampooed this out, and after that, this is what it looked like on my head. Girl, this wig looks so good, so freaking good. So you can see a few knots that did not take, but that's all good because we're going to fix that a little later on. But as you can see, this hairline really looks realistic, like the kinky texture. I'm here for it. So here's what the parting looks like. The edges look really good. Like I said earlier, I did not do any plucking. So now I'm just going to take some foundation and I'm just going to apply this all over the lace right here. And this is just going to help it look more scab-like. So a little bit about this wig. It is their 13x4 kinky straight textured edges HD lace frontal ventilated wig. So unlike your traditional lace wig, which tends to leave some of an obvious lace mark on your hairline, this 13x4 kinky texture edge wig is produced to basically imitate the real hairline. It's unique because of the special technique which makes the hairline roots look seamlessly natural with its own texture. Now I'm just going to take some mousse and I'm going to comb the edges back, and I'm just going to tie them down and let it sit. And after that, we're just going to go ahead and apply the unit to see what it looks like. So let's install. So baby, here is what it looks like. Doesn't this wig look so good? It looks so good, and you definitely want to make sure you have a hot comb handy. That's just going to help make sure everything is flat. So this little goodie bag came in handy. So I'm just going to take the clips and clip the hair out of my face, and then we're just going to go ahead and cut the ear tabs, okay? And it's just going to help the wig fit a little bit better. So after cutting the ear tabs, I'm just going to make sure everything is fitting right, and I don't need to cut any more lace from around the ears. So just take your time and just look at everything, make sure everything is right before you go to cut the lace. So now, as you can see, I'm kind of like doing a jagged line. I'm not really cutting it straight. And that just helps when you lay it down. It just helps it look more realistic. So here's what I'm going to use to apply the wig. And here we go. Let's try this out. So I'm going to take the sponge. I will say I had a little difficulty doing this. I think the sponge was actually soaking up the product. So what I started to do was I sprayed the spray, and then I caught it with the sponge and just pat it in. So as you can see, that's what I'm doing. I'm spraying the spray and then I pat it in, and that really helps. And one of the reasons why I chose to do this technique versus, like spraying it down or using like a glue is because I did not want the baby hairs to get stuck. Like the kinky hair on the edges, I did not want them to get stuck. So this really helps with, keeping those edges looking kinky and keeping them in the keeping them like they are. So it just helps to not get that glue and spray on your edges. So here's how everything is looking. I did use the blow dryer just a little bit. I always have the hardest time with my ear flaps. Like, oh my goodness, they never want to stay down. So I'm just going to keep blow drying, and then I'm going to go ahead and tie it down and just let it sit for at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes. However, I took my daughter to school, and then when I came back, I just took it off. So I let it sit for about, I would say 20 to 30 minutes. So here we go. She is laid, baby, and looking right nice. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up around my hairline. As you can see, I have some spray that had ran down. So I'm just wiping that all away. And any hair that kind of got stuck or clumped together, I just combed it out. So I do have some little stray pieces on the top. So I'm just going to take my balm and I'm going to just tame that hair. But this wig looks so good. I love the density of it, the length, everything is really full. Look at the ends of the hair. Like the fullness goes all the way down to the ends. You don't have to worry about, this wig being very dense at the top and then at the ends, tapering out and not as dense. It is full all the way down. So another close-up of the edges. They are looking good. I just could not get over how realistic it looked. This is how it looks with a middle part. And yeah, so the parting looks good. I know on some wigs I usually have to go in and pluck the part, but you definitely don't have to do that with this unit. I didn't do any plucking at all. So I wanted to go through and just get some of the crinkles out and straighten the texture out just a little bit, but not too much. So I'm just going through it with my blow dryer. Like I said earlier, I wanted to tame those little flyaways. So I just got my balm and I took my hot comb. Hot comb is definitely going to come in handy. So I'm just going to use that to straighten everything out. As you can see, I didn't go right at my edges. I left my edges kinky because you don't want to straighten those out. That is the whole point of having this wig, for the edges to look more realistic. So I just went right behind my edges and just started to straighten, and this is how the unit looks straightened. And as you can see, using that little bit of spray tacked the wig down nicely. I'm combing the unit. I'm not getting any lifting. Y'all, this looks like I'm combing my actual hair coming out of my scalp. Seriously. So I did want to put a few curls in it. I did not want to go through this hair, through this wig with the curlers, so I decided to roll it up. I just applied a little mousse and I am just rolling it, going away from my face. And we are going to let these rollers sit for a few hours, and then I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. So I ended up putting about 8 to 10 rollers in. The curls probably would have looked so bomb if I would have left it in overnight. Oh my goodness. However, they still came out nicely. Alright, so after about 4 hours, it's time to take the rollers out, and y'all, they look good, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take these down, and then I'm just going to like throw my hair down or tilt my head over. Y'all gonna see what I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna like comb the curls out with my fingers and then just throw my hair back. So as you can see, I am just combing the hair out, the curls out with my fingers, threw my hair back, and boom, look at that. Looks so good. Oh my goodness, I'm in love. I will have all the details down below in the description box, so make sure you check it out. If you've never tried this unit, it's definitely worth a try. I'm loving the kinky hair edges.